Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. So we've had 3 days out on the Pioneer server and Dream ROM meta has been basically established. Now do keep in mind this is the Pioneer server and the content is subject to change by official release. So do take it with a grain of salt. There could be nerfs to, for example, Gwyneth, which could change things up. But currently the meta is very clear using Gwyneth as your chosen damage dealer for pre-endless Dream ROM. Even today in King Croaker, she is the top damage dealer option by a large margin. When you compare it on the other days, she is also going to be your number one damage option. Snow Stomper, Glooma, she is in all of the top teams for the 3 bosses we've had so far, and very likely she will continue to be the best for the other bosses we continue to have, apart from potentially Lady Starfallen, which is like a Nocturne Judicator style of boss. Yeah, most likely. Okay, so, but that is not all. If you guys are paying attention here, there are some other findings we have. We're seeing Contess actually working for pre-endless Dream ROM. This was something we weren't sure if it's going to work, but it does seem clearly that Contess is going to be your better option to run rather than even Reinier on the team. Contess is actually filling that basically debuffer role, and Reinier is not in the top teams anymore, at least on the Pioneer server of the testing which has been done. So this is actually good news for players who are newer to the game and you've built up Contess, or maybe you were deciding between Reinier and Contess. Contess is the one to be building. Definitely for Endless Dream ROM, you saw how important Contess is, must pull status, and even is great that she's also working in pre-Endless Dream ROM. So basically you're going to get a lot of mileage out of Contess. She's a very, very valuable investment for Celestial Hypogeans, and basically same with the twins. You guys already know that though. We've known for many seasons that twins are going to be the most important Celestial Hypogean to be building up first, and that still probably is going to be the case. Now Gunnar as well. Gunnar is seeing great use pre-endless Dream ROM, and this is good news because a lot of people actually did invest into him, and you're gonna, now your investment is gonna pay off for pre-endless Dream ROM in all 3 bosses so far. Even Snow Stomper, where Contest and twins were not working, Gunnar has been in the top team, and that is great. He's actually, the perfect buffer for Gwyneth, because he gives attack and attack speed buff, which are perfect for ramping up her damage. And so Gunnar is actually happy that Gwyneth is also the meta, because he's basically the best ally for Gwyneth. So Gunnar and Gwyneth, you're seeing hand in hand in all of these teams. And that is great news. Gunnar probably will work at lower copies, like up until you can build him up, because he's still going to provide that buffing role. But fully building him up is also going to be a bit of a priority to max out your score. But we'll have to see what other Celestial Hypogeans come in this season. Now, very good news as well, I'm very happy about and relieved about, is Sylphira is not in the top teams for Dream ROM. Even though she's doing good and she's doing high damage, she's not in the overall top team, which is good news, because I think it would be way too crazy to have another top tier meta Dream ROM Celestial Hypogean right after we've had Contess and Gunnar, who are basically the top meta picks right now, apart from the twins. So you can rest assured probably that Sylphira will be more PvP focused, AFK stages, maybe some Dream ROM, but more on the niche side. The main is going to be Gwyneth. Especially if she's not nerfed at all. Gwyneth is absolutely destroying Dream ROM. And then also you're going to be running Contess for the debuff, and you're going to be running Gunnar for the buff value for the Gwyneth, and twins as well. And then that's basically going to be your team comp. And then it will vary boss to boss, like in Snow Stomper. You're seeing obviously twins, Contest cannot work because they can't cycle ultimates effectively in this boss. So it's better just to have like Celeste for the attack buff, Kruger for the defense debuff. This is another interesting combo. Kruger and Gwyneth have good synergy because Kruger can defense debuff the enemy, and Gwyneth is gonna then hit harder, because actually all of Gwyneth's damage is physical damage. She has a defense shred in her kit, like a 60% defense ignoring factor, but she doesn't actually have true damage, and so physical defense debuffs are perfect allies for her, and so Kruger is going to do great, and Kruger can even work at low copies, you know. You've seen that in the past. Glooma, and this is also interesting with Glooma, we're seeing Frieren actually being working in pre-endless Dream ROM as well, which is also great news for people who invested into Frieren. So I think overall, I'm actually very pleased with what the meta is shaping up to be for Dream ROM. The only kind of unfortunate thing is that Gwyneth is really stealing the show away from a hero like Sylvan. In the previous season, it would have been Sylvan. If Gwyneth was not released, it probably would be Sylvan as a damage dealer here. However, potentially that means that You could have some budget teams using Sylvan rather than Gwyneth, still doing well, hopefully, until your Gwyneth is built. But like, if Gwyneth is released in the current state, she's just way too strong. Like, I mean, maybe you could avoid pulling her, but she's probably going to be one of the biggest heroes of this season. And she's also a monster in PvP as well. Like when we actually have her out on global server, we'll show you the full testing in PvP, because I want to see the final release stats of what she will have. But yeah, overall, this is basically the meta. It is interesting. It's good to know. And if you've invested into Contess, you're really going to be happy, because Contess is seeing use even in pre-endless Dream Realm. That's great news. Twins Contess, and then probably even low copy Gunnar. Even if you have these three, you're probably set up to do well. And then if you can invest into your Gunnar, if you can get Gwyneth when her rate up comes, as long as she isn't nerfed, then like you're basically all good to go for Dream Realm. And your Frieren is really going to carry you in the endless side of things. Frieren is, so even if you don't be worried like what happened to Frieren. Frieren is still going to dominate in endless Dream Realm. And Gwyneth is mainly only a pre-endless hero. She's not going to really shine in endless, because like we said, she just has raw physical damage. The damage is very high, and that's why it's coming into play in these earlier difficulty of pre-endless bosses. But when we talk about endless, you need HP loss damage, and Gwyneth doesn't have that. So Gwyneth is probably purely pre-endless, and then other game modes, whether it be PvP, whether it be AFK stages. But yeah, and just one final thing to point out with Gwyneth, I failed to basically highlight this when I made the video about Gwyneth, because it's not actually so explicitly stated, but basically you cannot increase her attack speed. Like, her attack speed does not actually cause her to normal attack faster, but instead it will just be converted into some bonus excess normal attack damage, basically causing her all of her normal attacks, which is basically her entire kit is centered around her normal attacks, causing those to hit harder, but it's not actually increasing the frequency of casting those normal attacks. So that is important. The only way to increase the frequency of casting normal attacks is with their Supreme Plus skill, which will reduce the duration between normal attacks by 40%. But like in terms of attack speed or haste, this is only increasing her normal attack damage, but not actually increasing the speed with which she attacks. So yeah. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about all of this in the comment section down below. Are you excited for this Dream Realm meta to come and shape up? And are you excited about Gwyneth actually being a monster of a hero? So go ahead and share your thoughts in the comment section. That's always interesting to hear about. So thank you guys all so much for watching. That is going to be it for this video. And if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight store. This is the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus dragon crystals on your purchase. My affiliate link is in the description of this video in a pinned comment, and you can actually bookmark this link in your browser, and whenever you're planning to make a purchase, just return to the bookmark link and make your purchase. It will support me and be greatly appreciated. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.